It should scare you a bit or frighten you or wow you, but really the purpose of this is because I want to help you become a better person or a better man. Not even 10 years ago would we see the rampant digression of society. 10 years ago, people were not eating the food that they eat. Obesity was not at the levels it is at. People were not resorting to cheap dopamine. All around us are ways to kill us, and you can't leave the house without being advertised something that is harmful to you. And you're aware of this. First, I think we need to understand that we as human beings have the ability to not go downhill. We have the ability to take ourselves out of ruts like this in our society. Well, almost everybody is going down the path. You are considered different if you are not on the same wave as everybody else. You're not trying to, drink, harm your body, watch porn. You maybe you want to help yourself. You want to help yourself. You want to help your future. Stick around certain people in society. Let's say just in general, you go with the crowd. We have to establish, yes, that the crowd is going a certain direction. The crowd is going downhill. What I'm saying is that we all have the ability to go uphill, but the crowd is going downhill. It's fundamental for you to want to change, but how do we do that? How do we do this, guys? How do we actually change? Well, it's fundamental to understand human psychology first. We have to understand that the sum of who you are is all that you have done, all that you own, minus what you don't. Well, that's what everyone thinks you are. That is all they know about you. That is all they know about who you are. This concept of everything that you have done, everything you own, and everything that you do not own, that collective sum makes up who you are to other people, is vital to understand. Once you understand that you can change that to be who you want to be, is in your hands. How we view humans and how humans view us is a survival instinct. We judge other people all the time. By judge, I just mean that we view other people and we see what they have. Think of a successful philanthropist, and you see that he has cars. You see that he has a good-looking wife. You see that he has a lot of money. Think of a poor person who is out of shape. The only reason why we would call them poor or have this idea of them being poor or out of shape is simply because of what we see them do, see them own, minus what they do not. It goes back to who we are, right? We are the sum additive of everything that people see, hear, of what we do and what we own. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is more. There is an incorporeal aspect to who we are as human beings. These things are actually felt by individuals, but really, us as individuals, it's inside of us. And you might look at these people and judge them a particular way, and another people and judge them in another particular way, and it's not a wrong thing. It's actually not wrong to assume that the person who looks very out of shape is out of shape. You're assuming this because, well, it's what your eyes can see. Now, does it stem from depression, anxiety? Probably. Probably stems from many, many problems, right? Us as human beings in the human experience have experienced these things. And a lot of the times those things will lead to our corporeal aspects to us. So understand that it could be that successful man, the reason why he's successful is because he had a different mindset than the one who was poor. He might have had a different mindset. Now all you're seeing is the results. But regardless, how? Right? That's the question. How? How do we mold these things? How do we mold our outside surroundings? How do we change our life? If you want to be stronger, pursue it and realize that you can be stronger, that you can overcome situations easier. If you pursue how to overcome situations easier, you will then become stronger and be that. You're not just thinking it anymore. You are now being stronger. Now being stronger will now make handling difficult situations easier, right? At first you wanted to make the difficult situations easier, and now you thought, how do I go about doing that? We're going to get to more of this later. We'll get to more of that later, but really, it's your mindset that can change your life and change your external. The internal can change the external. Back to one of the main principles of human psychology. What we see people do, what we see they have done, what they have, right? And what they don't have makes up our entire idea about them. But a lot of those bad things that are in our society are leading to the problems that people have. And we are just viewing the external factors that happened over a culmination of time, and their internal was not correct. First, you must work with your mind. Learn to build and strengthen your mind. When you learn to build and strengthen your mind, you will then know how to use your hands, because it's going to be your hands that get you the portfolio addition. It's your hands that is going to get you that monetary value, that worldly success. Understand that when you work on yourself, right, when you work on things like strength, patience, working towards peace and temperance, you will naturally build a mind that is ready to handle difficult situations in our external world. When you understand this, it will change your life. In your mind, you get to choose who you suffer for. You can actually have people who are mentally not in a good state, but they can be very good at working with their hands and working in the external world, and they can gain a lot of worldly praise, right? So think about that. We have people who are rich and famous, but they might live terrible lifestyles. That I'm not saying that the rich and famous have a great mindset. They obviously don't. This is what you need to understand, is that what I'm trying to develop in your mindset is that your mind can choose who you work for. Are you working for yourself? Are you working for yourself in your own mind? Are you trying to work on your own patience and your own strength and your own ability to fight an uphill battle in life, to conquer difficult situations and make your brain stronger, which you will see outcomes in the external world because of that? You have the choice every day to wake up and say, who am I going to work for? Am I going to work for myself today, or am I going to put it off? Am I going to be on a downhill mental spiral? So we've established that it's the incorporeal that make up your decisions and your actions. Think about how if you were more mentally strong and you chose to start suffering for yourself, you will actually see the beneficial outcome in the external world, because you will be able to handle difficult situations. And next time that a difficult situation gets put on you, you will have a better ability to handle that. This path of life that we're speaking of, right? How it's really an ever-evolving idea here. And we need to be better men. We need to be on a path to life rather than the opposite. Well, what does it mean to be a better man? Because everybody's going to be thinking of that differently. There's going to be somebody who says, for me, being a better man means to tomorrow I'm going to get up early because I have a lot of things to do tomorrow, right? But somebody else is going to say, well, I've been really angry. A better man to me would be this. Some people might be here, some people there, some people up, some people down. What I'm saying is, if you search it out, you will find it. You need to start trying to be a better man. You need to start trying to increase your mental strength. You need to start trying to make your mind stronger and better to deal with difficult situations, because if you don't do that, difficult situations are coming, whether you like that really or not. I'm just being honest with you. That's what happens, right? And I'm not going to say in life, because as you get better at dealing with difficult situations become easier. Your life will then change because you have now done an internal thing, and the external is becoming easier. When you think in your head, like we talked about, how everybody's thinking of different ways to be strong, when you're thinking in your head how to be strong, did you know that your mind is telling you that is a way to be strong? Because everybody's going to be different. What can you do? Let's talk about something specific here. Are you depressed, right? Are you not meeting the financial standard that you want to be at? You feel like, well, you don't have enough money. You want that relationship. You want that girl. You want that friend group, or you want friends, or you want a better relationship with other people. If you want that better life we're speaking about, listen to this. This is going to be hard at first to grasp some of these ideas. It's actually difficult at first, but we talked about it getting easier. So here we go. Here are the steps that I found to overcome. 1, you need to change your mind to what your situation is. Be honest with yourself. 2 is going to be suffer for yourself. This is where you need to do the good thing first. You need to do the hard things. And 3, you need to act. You need to deny yourself. This is denying yourself of those bad things. What situation are you dealing with? Well, you don't want to be depressed. You need to change your mind to the situation. What can you do? What is the good and bad in my life? What things might be contributing to me being depressed? 2, you need to suffer for yourself. So what is a specific example in this scenario? I don't want to be depressed. Well, the thing that you'll do to suffer for yourself first is to do the dishes. This is an example. To make good food. To make conscious choices to eat good food. Step 3 is deny yourself. So in this last scenario, deny yourself, we see that you shouldn't watch porn. You shouldn't be on your phone too much, overly, and you shouldn't eat bad food. So let's switch out this scenario. I want a more financial, good life. Number 1, you need to change your mind to seeing your situation. What can you do, right? We have to analyze the good and bad. What can we do, the good and bad? Number 2, we're going to suffer for ourselves. We're going to find our budget. We're going to do the learning that's necessary. We're going to take that extra step in order to make some more money coming in. Take that extra step. Step 3, we're going to deny ourselves. We're not going to be in the shiny thing syndrome, and we're not going to buy certain things. And if we're not budgeting, well, this is a problem. It's about working with your mind first. You see, we're not just going out and because we're financially unstable, we just go out and try to work ourselves without using our mind first and working on our mind first. If you just go out and start working to get more money because of your financial situation, you're not going to be necessarily happy. You might get more depressed, and you might not know the things that you need to know about finances to make that happen, to get yourself out of the financial rut. Working with your mind, we're talking about that first. And then who are you suffering for, right? And we have to change our mind and analyze the different situations in our life, change our mind to see what can we do, and then suffer for ourselves. Do these good things that we can do first, and then deny yourself. Don't do the things that are harmful to you. As you can see, guys, working with your mind first is more important than simply working with your hands, simply going straight for something. You need to work on your mind and change your mind. I'm calling you to be a better man today. Take that right, hard thing and do it. You want a better future, so I'm saying do it. The things that are harming you, deny those things. I call you to be a better man today. I call you to start working with your mind and building on your mental strength. Us as men, it should be ingrained in us to do that, to progress other men, to be there for other men. Hope to see you again.